Deadlock is Valve's latest game. It's a MOBA and hero shooter amalgamation, and despite being in early access, it is a phenomenal game, and they're working to make the game better before it goes into full release. However, because it is in early access, that has left many people every single day on my YouTube channel asking, hey, how the heck do I get into Deadlock? How do I get access? Because as it stands, if you go to the Steam page right now for Deadlock, you can't get the game. There is no way to get the game here. You can add it to your wish list, but there is nowhere to install it, download it, and play it. So, how do you exactly get into Deadlock is what we're going to be answering in today's video. So unless you happen to be one of the lucky people who Valve just randomly sent an invite to, the only other way you're going to be able to get the game is to have someone on Steam add you as a friend and then invite you to the game. And if you already have Deadlock, then all you have to do is, well, go open Deadlock, click this invite your friends button down here, and then you can add anyone who is on your friends list, which, yeah, is pretty nice. And if you are someone who doesn't have the game, but you want to know what friends do have the game, then you can go to the store page here for Deadlock, scroll down, and you can see right here under the Is This Game Relevant For You tab, you see how many friends want the game, and then how many friends already own the game. And so if you have anyone listed here who already owns the game, then you can just hit them up, ask them for an invite. If they're truly a good friend, then they'll give you an invite. And yeah, the invites usually take 1 to 2 days to be sent, although sometimes it can be much faster. For me, I got mine in like an hour. So yeah, the time may vary, but at some point, hopefully, you will receive an invite in the email account associated with your Steam account. And so there'll be a nice big blue button that says, hey, view the invite, and then you'll be able to navigate from there to accept the invite, and then download Deadlock, put it into your Steam library, and eventually be able to play the game. Nice and simple. So yeah, that's the easy way. If you already have friends who own the game and they're willing to help you out, then that's how you get into Deadlock. You get one of them to invite you to the game. However, one slight warning that I have heard about is that if you have a limited Steam account where you have not spent at least $5 on anything on Steam, whether that's buying a game or buying a skin for a free-to-play game or anything like that, then you will not be able to get into Deadlock. I have heard that, so honestly, that probably isn't a big deal for most people, because I feel like most people have spent money on their Steam account at some point, right? So, yeah, but I figured I'd just mention that anyways, because that might be a limiting factor as to why you're not potentially getting an invite if for some reason you're just struggling to get one. But what if you don't have any friends who have Deadlock? You come down here to the Is This Game Relevant For You page, and you see nobody here. Nobody on your friends list owns the game. Well, you're not out of luck, because you can find someone who will add you as a friend and then invite you to the game. However, you want to be very, very careful when doing that, because there are people who will try to scam you. And so, before we do anything, right, before I tell you where you can find people to invite you, it's very important to clarify that you should not click shady links. Like I mentioned earlier, the invite to Deadlock will come in the form of an email that is sent to the email address associated with your Steam account. It'll be from the official Valve address, which I'll put on the screen again, and yeah, that is where the invite comes from. So it's not going to come from some random Steam message or some link. No, it's not going to be any of that. It's going to be an email from Valve. So do not click anything shady, and please just be cautious in general and proceed at your own risk. That's what I say. Be very, very careful. Now, when it comes to finding these people who will give you an invite to the game out of the goodness of their heart, there are a few places to go. Naturally, the first place you would think to go is the community hub for Deadlock here, which is at the top right of the store page. However, I generally advise against this. Even though you do see Deadlock invite threads here, the chance is a lot of them are bots or scammers. It's not really the safest, most prudent place to find these invites, so I wouldn't really recommend doing this. There are probably a few legit people here, but it's risky, and I would only do that at your own risk. Instead, a much better place to get your Deadlock invite from is from the official Deadlock subreddit here, r/DeadlockTheGame. Here we have a post here under the community highlights section that has been pinned called Mega Thread. Ask for invites to the playtest here, plus join the community Discord, and I'll have this linked in the description. And this is a much safer place to get your invites, although still, there could potentially be scammers that slip through the cracks that don't get banned right away, even though this is moderated, so be very careful here as well. Don't let your guard down. And yeah, this is a place where you can find invites, and there are a few things to caution against here. For example, some people might ask you for payment for an invite. Do not pay anybody for a Deadlock invite. You should not have to do that. If you see someone asking for payment, report them and run away. Do not engage with that person. So bear that in mind as well. And also there is a notice for if you are getting invited. If someone is banned for cheating, specifically cheating, all players who that person invited will be banned as well, so you do not want to get an invite from someone who is a cheater. And the reason Valve does that is because they assume that the cheater who sent out invites to these accounts is just sending invites to their alt account, so that if that account gets banned, they can cheat on a different account. So they just do a blanket ban to completely dispose of that cheater. And yeah, you do not want to accept an invite from someone who has been cheating. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Be very, very careful. But if Reddit isn't really your speed, there is also the Deadlock community server right here, which should be very easy to find. And here you can navigate your way to this chat here, the Deadlock invite giveaway. And there are people who will invite you here, and this place is also moderated. And yeah, there is also the FAQ here if you want even more information about invites. If you want further help, this is a great place to get your invite. So yeah, you can check this out as well. The third option is my Discord server, where I have a few people on my Discord who are interested in giving people invites to Deadlock. They are very generous souls, and so all you should need to do is come into the Deadlock chat here, which you should be able to find very easily, and just ask for a Deadlock invite, and you might be able to find someone to hook you up. Don't ping me, please. Don't do it. I'm not going to do anything. So, yeah, don't do that. But, yeah, just ask around in here and you might be able to find someone who can hook you up that way. And real quick, if you don't know how to add people as friends in Steam, or maybe you just forgot, it's very, very simple. You go up here to whatever your profile name is, and then you click on the Friends tab right here, and that'll take you over to this section where you can see all your friends. And then you press the Add a Friend button, and you will find your friend code right here, which you can simply copy and paste it in the message chat of whoever you're trying to become friends with on Steam. I would be very cautious about sharing this code publicly. As a matter of fact, I'm not sharing mine publicly. Ooh, you can't have it. Yeah, this is how you do it. Very simple, very straightforward. Just use your friend code, and that should get you the ability to add friends easily. But yeah, that should explain how you are able to get into the Deadlock early access here. If you're impatient and you want to get into Deadlock before it hits full release, which I know a lot of people are, I was, and I absolutely do not regret getting into this game early because it has been a blast. Absolutely fantastic, cannot recommend it more. And yeah, just to summarize here, the only way you can get into Deadlock is by having a friend invite you. Your friend can invite you by opening up the game, pressing the Invite Your Friends button, and then inviting you from this menu. And if you don't have any friends who have the game, which you'll be able to see here at the Is This Game Relevant to You tab, then you can either go to the community hub on Steam, or you can go to the subreddit post linked in the description to get an invite, although you should be very, very careful. Don't click on suspicious links. Do not pay anybody. That would be just ridiculous. All you should need to do is send somebody a friend request, and then they can invite you to Deadlock. Simple as that. And then you can remove them as a friend later if you want, I think. So, yeah. Should be pretty simple and straightforward to get into Deadlock. I really do hope this video helps, especially because I do have a lot of people on my channel specifically who follow me, who followed me for Paladins content, who are interested into getting into Deadlock, but don't exactly know how. So that's really who this video is for at the end of the day, and I really do hope this helps. And yeah, one more time, just please stay safe out there and don't click any suspicious links. Be very, very careful. But yeah, with all that being said, if you guys found this video to be helpful, then make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more future Deadlock content from me, and yeah, also turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the content. That's very important as well. And if you want to support me directly, keep me doing what I'm doing, and especially help me out here as we make this very difficult transition from Paladins content into Deadlock content now that Paladins has died, then consider becoming a member down below. You can press the join button, you can choose your price, and you get a bunch of different perks, and it all goes directly to supporting the YouTube channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you would check that out. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.